I'm Kendall Langston. I am a high-performance leadership coach, a strategic advisor to a number of high-performing New Zealand, Australian, US companies.
I've known Kendall for many years, both professionally and also personally as a great mate. He's been a CEO, he's been a managing director, he's been a commanding officer of a New Zealand infantry battalion. Kendall's highly sought after as a board chair. He's the chair on a number of award-winning high-performing New Zealand businesses. He's also a highly sought after strategic advisor. He's spoken on a number of panels. He's lectured at a number of tertiary institutions. He brings a real intensity and a desire to make an impact with clients, but he's also a really grounded guy. He's a family guy and he loves to have a bit of fun. There's a real fun side to Kendall. He's got a real thirst for knowledge and a real passion for learning, and you see that come through in that he's always trying to better himself, not only personally and professionally, but to seek that, to be able to impart that on his clients and actually enhance them through his personal learning and development. And he builds really high trust relationships with his clients, and he has client relationships over many years because he's their true trusted advisor. And gives them those insights that they need to be able to shift and adapt and change.
Day to day we're working with high performance companies that have done well year on year, that are looking to get better, and that's around leadership and execution. Companies like Sequent, they've been phenomenally successful. They've won the High Tech Awards, Champion Canterbury Awards, New Zealand Export Awards. We've worked with them as they've gone through multiple acquisitions. So they've been very successful in growing a global business.
We've always been profitable, but in 2010 when I joined, our revenues were 1.5 million. It was kind of like herding cats from a highly technical business to one that was a business. So our revenues this next year will be around the 80 million. I mean, Kendall's got a larger than life kind of personality and doesn't take suffer fools easily, which is absolutely my style and what we need at a corporate table.
We have a strategic partnership with John Spence, who's our top 100 leadership and business thought leader. He's also one of the top business influencers in the US and globally. It doesn't matter where you're doing it. I've worked in the US, worked in India, worked in Australia. We do some pretty amazing things, and a lot of it's through technology. Yesterday I delivered a 4-hour strategic review with one of Australia's fastest growing manufacturing companies from here in Christchurch. Leading in business today is one of the most challenging environments that you can be in, and you've got to stay ahead of the crowd. So that's challenging to run a growing, profitable business, and leaders need to have good people around them, and they need to be constantly learning, iterating, so they thrive in it. Too often I hear CEOs and business owners say they're just surviving, and that pisses me off, because you can be far better than that. If you're going to lead at the top of your game, you need to have the smartest people around you, and you need coaching, you need mentors, you need a network of people who want to see you do well. We're driven by purpose. My personal purpose is to change the way people lead, or to influence the way people lead. So actually working one-on-one with professional leaders to get better and better. Too often we wing the most important thing, our leadership, whereas if you apply your mind to it and practice and master what others have already mastered, you can get better.
The training that I've had with Kendall and his team has definitely given me the tools to be able to cope with a bigger size team, but also it's provided me tools with other avenues in my role. My dealings with Kendall has opened all these doors, and really excited for the future. Got a good relationship with Kendall, and I appreciate the fact that he's a straight shooter. He calls an ace, a spade a spade.
When we started the partnership with Kendall, it was based around getting a strategic plan clear, getting it visible to people and getting actions in place, and that's where the biggest value is. And our young management has had real benefit from engaging with Kendall. Kendall in particular has been brilliant for me and for our management team and our staff to push us down that path.
So we started working with Kendall and the team in 2018. Prior to that, we had very little sort of structure. Kendall and the team have done a great job in sort of pulling that rope out from the founders and giving some parameters to work within, some goals and some KPIs, and it was amazing just the value that they've added to the business.
Kendall's great, he's straight to the point. We're not precious about ourselves. and as a result we've learned a lot of things out of Kendall. Yeah, he's got a ton of experience. Like, he can relate to various industries because he has got broad knowledge on it.
He lives our core value of straight talk. He will tell them what they need to hear versus what they probably want to hear, and sometimes that nudge, that hard nudge, is what they need. He's good at coaching executive leaders internationally to be able to influence, intentionally impacting on people and making that real difference and getting them to think differently and therefore act differently and start to get real results.